Hey, I know I am trying to get my camera stabled here. It's wanting to be aggravating. Hey, I told y'all Monday evening that I may just go ahead and go do a live. I thought maybe yesterday, but it didn't work out. That's okay. I got a lot of stuff done for my with my videos yesterday. I got them all on YouTube and on my blog, so because I was way behind. Anyway, so I thought I'd jump in here today and show y'all how I do these little gift bags. I'll show you one. Here's one. Isn't that cute? I love it. Love the pumpkin and everything. Hey Debbie, I am going to be using Autumn Goodness. I'm going to use All Good Things Come From Above. Gather Together. And stamp this pumpkin here, and then the Gathered Leaves dies. The bigger one. I've lost one of my little dies. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to stamp my pumpkin with crumb cake. I have them on both of the stamps on bead blocks. I'm going to scoop this out of the way. We're also going to use some Cajun Craze. So, what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you how to cut your bag. You're behind too. Thank you. Alright, we're going to put our paper in. We need this 9 inches, so since 11 minus 9 is 2, I'm just going to stick it in here and I'm going to cut 2 inches off of this. That's a lot easier than opening up the arm here and cutting it. Then I'm going to flip it around and cut it this way at 5 inches, just like that. So there's our bag measured out. Now from here we are going to make it, we're going to give it our score lines. I've got some prepped here. Now I should, as many as these I've made, I should remember these. Our first score line is going to be at 1 inch. We're going down the long side for this one. 1 inch, 4 inches, and 5 inches. I thought I'd try and do the YouTube live, but they tell me that I have to have 1,000 followers on YouTube before I can do a live. I thought, okay, I don't have nowhere near 1,000 followers, so it'll be a while before I can do a YouTube live. Okay, now we're going to cut it this. We're going to move it this way, and we're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 3.5. And 4.5, just like this. Alright, now we're going to move the scoreboard out of our way. I'm going to take my paper snips. Now, the top is right here where we've got this first score line, the very first score line we did at 1 inch. We want this at the top. So, we're going to, from this side, we're going to come down to where we've got this rectangle that's got score line through this one, and then that, and we're going to snip this right here, just like this. And even though I have a line here, I still can't snip straight. And then we're going to snip this little bitty tab right here off. Oops, I don't want to snip that part. Okay, we're going to snip that little tab right there off. Then we're going to take this long one right here where it's scored, and we're going to snip both of these scored pieces off right here. See, now as you see, this is the end that doesn't have the score line at 1 inch. Then we're going to flip it around. We're going to do the same thing over here on this side. We're going to snip this little piece right here off. Or we're going to snip that, and then we're going to snip this little tab right here off. Then we're going to come back, and we're going to take this piece right here off. Just the whole thing. And I am not a straight cutter. Especially not today for some reason or another. Anyway, we're going to take these tabs that we left right here. I'm going to do an angle cut and cut this off because it just does better whenever you fold it in and make your little box. It lays better. And I can't even snip that straight. Oh well, it'll work. It'll work. Alright, now we are going to come up here where our top piece is, where this score line is. And we're going to snip these two pieces right here totally off. Right like this. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, this is cinnamon cider, and I want something from here that's going to go with Cajun Craze. Well, since I ran out earlier and I hadn't made one more because I was making for how much candy I had. And so I had needed one more. So I did that. But any hoodle doodles, I'm going to take two of these because I've got two here that I've been messing with. I'm going to take two of these. And then we're going to cut these at 3 7/8. That's way up here, 2 notches back from the 4. 3 7/8. And we're going to turn it this way. And we're going to go 1 7/8. It's 2 notches in from the 2 inches. And then I'm going to flip it around where I can have the regular edge for my DSP. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And there, that gives us 2 pieces for each box. That way I'll be ready when I start that other box. Of course, you got your scraps that are awesome to use. Now we're going to set this over here out of the way. Now, before we start putting our box together, we want to lay our DSP down. And I'm just going to give it some glue like this. And doesn't matter which side you start on, just as long as right down here we've got a little. We want to this is a little harder to work with than the lighter color because it's just darker. Okay, but you want to have your I'm sorry, this crazy phone is driving me nuts. Anyway, so we're going to do that on both ends. Just like this here. And now, ta-da! Love that. Okay, now you can do this if you want or not. It doesn't matter either way. But we're going to take some tearing tape, and I'd rather do this on my countertop than I had get it stick to my grid paper. And I know the end of this is somewhere. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece right here close to this edge first. And snip it. I'd rather snip than to tear. I'm just not as good at tearing it. I'm going to take my tool here and pull that off. Then I'm going to put this right here on this side. I'm going to turn it around this way. Usually I have that at a pretty good angle, but I didn't angle it very well this time. And I'm going to leave that one on there for the moment. I'm going to do this side. Like this. Take that one off. take your pick tool. That's what that's called. A Swanee. For some reason or another, I can't always remember the name of my tool. Although I love using it, I just can't always remember what it's called. Yeah. One of the guys at work told me it was old age. You know, that's really nice of you. He's younger than I am, so I guess he thinks I'm old. Alright, I'm going to put a piece of, I'm going to put a glue dot on each of these little flaps right here, because I don't want them to be flappy on the inside of my box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove this right here off of both sides. Pull this back down. And then I'm going to bend this really well, but I'm going to bend these two pieces in. It's got the glue dots on them. Take my two sides, and then I'm just going to line this up. I'm going to set that right even with that right there. I'm going to come in and line it up. Just like that. And I'm going to press with where my glue dot is, that flap, so see, it's going to be coming up the side instead of being laying down and just flopping, especially when you put your candy in it. I don't like it floppy when you put your candy in. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to butt that up against the edge right here and come right up here with it. And then I'm going to take my bone folder, because my hand doesn't fit down there as well, and I'm going to rub that flap up the side so it will stick. Now there's the box itself. Now we're going to take our pumpkin here, and this is just a piece of cinnamon cider, and I'm going to take my crumb cake and I'm going to ink it up, but I don't want it real dark on here, so I'm going to stamp it off and stamp it right there, just like that. Then I'm going to take my Cajun Craze and I'm going to ink up my sentiment. Excuse me, I'm sorry. All good things come from above. And I'm going to stamp this on my pumpkin. That's one of the things I like about these photopolymer stamps, is I can see through it and pretty much get it on the pumpkin itself. I mean, it comes off a little bit at the top. That looks crooked, but I think once I cut it, it's going to be okay. Looks crooked because it's kind of crooked on my pumpkin's kind of crooked. So now we're going to take our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I've got 1, 2, then 5, which is the magnetic plate, and 3. And we're going to lay this between 5 and 3. We're going to line up our pumpkin on here. I don't think that's the best sentiment stamping I've done on one of these pumpkins, but I'm going to go with it. Alright, and then we're going to run it through like this and cut out our pumpkin. Just like that. So I'm going to move all of this over here out of the way after I close up my cut and emboss machine. Anywho's, now there it is. Now I've got one that's better that I had already done, so we're going to use it. We're going to go with this one that I stamped better. Oh, I love this machine too, Debbie. Anyway, now we're going to take some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put 3 of them on the back of my pumpkin. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. And we're going to take these off. Throw that up there. And I'm going to use the side that's not got the folds and the tabs on it as my front. So this is going to be my front. And I'm going to set my pumpkin there like this. Now, I'm going to show you. I did not cut my ribbon. I forgot to. But I have a piece of ribbon somewhere. Right here it is. Okay, this piece of ribbon is like, this says 15 inches. It does not matter, but I've found when I did this, 15 inches was a good inch. It was good inches. And I'm going to take my light Cajun Craze Stampin' Blend. I am going to color my ribbon so it will match my box. And all I did was like to start at the opposite side. That way I can come towards myself. And I've colored so many ribbons. I'm hoping I still have ink in this blend. Yeah, it just colors this so pretty. But you have to watch it, because if you don't get your edges, they're going to be a little bit on the shiny side. But that's okay too. It makes for a pretty ribbon. Then I just scoot it down, or scoot myself down, whichever works. And pick up that back here. And I probably should have done this so it could dry while I was doing everything else. I may take one off one of these other boxes and show y'all. I don't know. I can inky up my hands. It don't matter. Okay. Now, I usually don't get the very end over here because I want something to hold on to that's not inky. And, of course, now I have Cajun Craze on a couple of my fingernails. But that's okay. For me doing this yesterday, or last night. Johnny went to the ball game and watched our grandson. Their team was in the... Hi, Carrie. Thank you. Was in the playoffs last night, and they were undefeated until last night. I was so disappointed, but they did a good job, Johnny said. But I love to go watch them play, but right now, you know, I just can't go into I just can't bring myself to go into the ball games right now. Not with all the people. So, anywho's, I bought these, well, I got Johnny to buy me some, I wanted kisses, but they didn't have any of the fall wrapped kisses, but they had them in the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So, 3 of them fit in our little bag here, or our little box. And I'm going to, see, it doesn't take it long, really, to dry, because it's not coming off on me. Anyway, I'm going to put it through like that. Then I'm going to even up the ends like this. Turn it. I'm going to just pull it like this and tie your bow. It's a really, really easy, quick box to make. I did, how many did I do last night? I did 5 last night, and it did not take me in no time. I was through way before Johnny got home from the ball game. I was in my recliner before he got here. Anywho's, now we're going to snip, whoops, wrong snips. We're going to snip off here. So see, this little piece that you don't ink up is snipped away. And there you go. And there's our little bag, our little box. Is that not adorable? I love it. And here's the other. This is the one I used up every bit. I have 2 packs of the Plaid. What's it called? Plaid Tidings. DSP, and I've used up every bit of this color. I really like that color. It looks really pretty. But I'm liking this color too. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. This is, I love these little boxes. I'm going to probably take some to work. The extras I'm going to take to work. I'm going to give to my Sunday school ladies. I have 5. So I'm going to give to them first, and then the rest of them I'll probably take to work and hand out at work. Got a couple that have smaller children, and then my boss has he calls him his little buddy. It's a family that lives across from them, and that little guy has taken up with him like he's his grandpa, which is wonderful. But anyway, there is my project for today. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate it. And I don't think I'll do anything else today other than dilly-dally here in my crafty room. My order that I ordered is supposed to be in a little bit. I noticed that they were down around Hansville, so they should be up here around Good Hope pretty soon and get my order to me. And I've got a stamp set coming from it that I want to do that's Christmas, that I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for Shannon Collins. Bless her heart. She enables me terribly. And anyway, I'm going to probably play with it this afternoon some, and I'm going to start working on my Christmas goodie things for my co-workers. And y'all have an awesome day. That new dragonfly's on mine today. Yes, it's in mine too. I can't wait to get it. I am so excited about that set. And I'm going to restrain from using it until on stage. I say that. Yeah, I don't believe it. But anyway, y'all have an awesome day. And Debbie, I'm praying for Skylar and little Miss Alice. I hope she's doing okay with her boot. And Jimmy's brother. I pray for him every day too. So, have a blessed day. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. I will see y'all. Good, I'm glad Alice is good. But I will see y'all, good Lord willing, Monday evening, 7 Central, right here on the Praying Stamper. Love you guys. Oh, I know, that's so awesome. I'm so happy. I am so happy that Skylar's opened her eyes. Thank you for telling me that. God's blessing her. Yes. Blessing y'all, her parents. Love you too, Debbie. Bye.